Well, so decided I wanted another mulcher, and found one. Basically played a little auction roulette. This machine was pretty good price. Sight unseen purchase, and I don't know if any of y'all are too familiar with auctions, but sometimes they're not the best. So anyway, what we got here is a Denis Cimaf 150D 2020 model, and she's had some abuse put on her for sure. The main thing that I noticed after getting it here is these holes. So on a Denis Cimaf Mulcher, they have a liner that bolts inside here as a wear part, and this one's just non-existent. Has no liner in it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna have to go through this thing and figure out what all it needs. Of course, this door, it has been stuck together, but let me set you guys up on a tripod here and start trying to figure some stuff out on this thing. Alright, so first and foremost, these hinges are held on with hopes and dreams. At least the belt and everything looks good in here. Tons of trash just from being run. With this stuff broke, just pull this top plate off. It's easy to take it apart when it's just stuck together. You guys will like this. So I'll pull that cover off. That hose is just stuck in there. Glad that it made the entire trip from Dallas back to here. So anyway, it's just completely filled with trash. Of course, the plate is pretty demolished, which I could see that in the pictures, so I wasn't too concerned about it because I was just going to weld it back up. This one, however, welding it up's no big deal, but the fact that it's completely bent, I don't know. We'll just have to see what I can do with that. Well, let me pick this thing up and get a look at it underneath, see what else we can tell about it. So I mean, the drum actually looks pretty good. This one, however, this is an issue. This is I can't say a lot. I do farming, and sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And this came from an old farmer, so I guess he just decided he was gonna do what he needed to do on that one and just put whatever he could find in there. That's not even a Cimaf 2. So anyway, skids are, well, they're pretty much just gone. So we get a new set of skids. Yeah, they're gone. Started to wear into the case a little bit, so we're definitely going to replace those. But here's the big issue is the fact that there is no aligner inside this machine. So on these Cimafs, you can't run them without a liner, or you will just flat out destroy them. They're relatively tough case, but you can't run them without it. So this is what they call the anvil. Basically, it's what your teeth come into contact with. That's a solid steel bar. So that's what your teeth run up against to make your fine mulch underneath. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's holes. Luckily, these Cimafs just bolt in. So I'll get a new liner, and we'll kind of go from there. So my machine is a Cat 299, so I'm not going to be running the larger hoses on it because it has the smaller 3/4 inch connects, which this one only has. It doesn't even have the female one. It's got the male one. The female one's not on it. So first and foremost, I'll be going to Tennessee Valley Equipment, close to Nashville, Tennessee, to get some parts. Lucky enough, they're close enough so I can just go pick parts up. They've got the skids in stock, they've got the liners in stock, and they actually had the handles if I need them, but these look okay. So I'm gonna get those parts. We're gonna get a new set of teeth, and basically we're gonna start fresh. I'll order some new door hinges. Like I said, these are just bums, but these are just kind of your typical bullet style hinge. So basically this is bent down. I'm going to try to straighten that back up. I'd like to at least have a pretty nice looking machine to start out with. It's just kind of a particularity that I have. Clean these welds up and at least make the plate look halfway decent. It's been welded and it's already cracked, and the welds, they look like trash. So we're gonna break out the old Harbor Freight Special and see what it'll do. I guess first and foremost, I need to take this thing and clean it up. So I guess I'm gonna try to stick that hose at least back on, cover up that port on the motor, because I don't want to get it full of trash and water. So I'm gonna get that stuck back on and get it up to the pressure washer, and we'll try to get it at least cleaned up to get a better look at, I guess. Alright, so got it cleaned up, went ahead and laid it down. I think it'll make putting that new liner in easier. That pump was just full of all kinds of trash. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's cleaned out a lot. So the guy that had this thing before, like I said, he was a farmer, not much of a mulching guy. He just needed to clean his property up, so he bought it. But so on these, man, you can't run these Cimafs without a liner, because the case is just not designed for that. I don't know if you can see, but there's a pretty good dent right there, but it's not through the case or anything, so there's nothing, no holes, so dodge that bullet at least. So I'll get a new liner and put the new liner in, and probably go ahead and get some new skids. These are actually not that bad. Yeah, they're pretty bad. So instead of skinning them, that's one of the perks of the Cimafs, is the skids are significant. I mean, they're just so cheap. It's kind of pointless to plate them or whatever. So just gonna go ahead and get a set of those, I guess. And so anyway, whenever get some parts, we'll get some parts and we'll basically rebuild this thing and then take it and put it to work. I love these heads. I had one before, sold it, kind of got out of the business, and I had the itch to get back in, so we'll see how it goes. And then once we get this one sorted out, we'll move on to the next project. Whenever I was buying this one, scoping through, and ended up I on that one. So it's gonna go on the 60. So we're gonna have to do some hydraulic line work, add a case drain to this, go from there. So anyways, this will be part one. We'll get some parts in a couple days and get to the next one. Thank y'all.